22 soldiers a day are committing suicide.
Every day. It's an epidemic in our country.
It is devastating. It's an unimaginable loss.
All the hard things we've went through together, all the challenges, you earn a trust that's unbreakable.
Your family cares, your nation cares. You can ask for help, it will be there.
Ben is a piece in a larger puzzle, but critical to the success of our mission.
I love people who are givers, and Ben is a giver. He's always willing to help, and he's very focused on helping those who struggle with a severe PTSD.
It's near and dear to my heart, veteran suicide. We need to bring awareness, to this problem. Suicide, unfortunately, has touched my life multiple times, from men in uniform, to my own family. It is devastating. It's an unimaginable loss. Motorcycling for me was huge. I suffer from major depression, anxiety, those kinds of things, but the motorcycle gets me out. So for me, that motorcycle is my vessel, and for others it's a dog, for others it's the outdoors. It's all about finding that thing that keeps you moving forward. It was very interesting just how many people, were right there at the right time when I needed them most. My neighbor, she invites me to her church, and Wisconsin Hero Outdoors happens to be speaking at that event. Here's a charity we can get behind.
I was actually speaking at Brookfield Lutheran Church. Ben was in the audience, and it was neat because he came up to me afterwards, and one of the first things out of his mouth is, "How can I help you?" Wisconsin Hero Outdoors, the spirit of our program is to serve veterans, first responders, and their families. We do integrated outdoor therapy programs. Myself and several other veterans, we were going through some challenges in our life, and we actually met through the Milwaukee VA, and we started going kayak fishing together as just kind of our own personal healing. It made a huge impact in our own lives personally, so much to the point that when we would go back to and talk to some of our doctors and our spouses and people that we were close to, they noticed a change. Next thing you know, we had the inpatient mental health program at the Milwaukee VA actually busing veterans from that program out to the lakes that we were going fishing at.
It was such an honor that someone such as Ben would choose our little organization. Our first meeting, you can tell how organized Ben is, that military background of his. He had everything laid out. This is where we're gonna go. This is our time frame. He had it all projected for us and handouts, and we just sat there going, well, this is fantastic. We've never had this opportunity where someone's coming to us and saying, we want to do a fundraiser for you, and we're going to do all the heavy lifting.
The treatment that you can receive at the VA still needs to be supplemented, for my own personal experience, with other things.
He brought the motorcycle community to us. What we love about that is it's spreading awareness.
The thing that really hit me the most were all the people that were so intricate in my life at a time where my life was going to either go left or right. And again, it came down to, what decision are you gonna make? I was selling cars, I was working security, and that's where Pete Hansen came into my life.
So I was working at the National Guard Armory in Sussex, Wisconsin, and Ben worked on the weekends. After we got to know each other better, he just impressed me with his intelligence, his devotion to duty, and his professionalism. He never wavered from that. One of his very close friends, he was there when he committed suicide over in another country. So that's affected him greatly, and him and I've worked through it. It's bothered him, and I think he's taken the passion to do everything he can to make sure other soldiers do it.
I guess really the driving force behind all this was the experience I had in Iraq in 2009. This one particular evening, fellow platoon sergeant, I could tell there was something going on. He hadn't slept, he was still in his uniform. He was gonna be coming on shift within the next hour or two. And so I was like, bro, what's going on, man? And we sat and had a really good conversation. And at the end of the conversation, he gave me a hug, and I got some sense of relief in that. And the next morning, I woke up to some banging that was going on at the door, that we had an emergency. Came out, my lieutenant was standing there, and then was instructed to, head over to the bunker. He was going through some stuff, but you're not picturing that this would be the end to it. The worst part about all that is that you just know that this family is back home, probably getting ready for work, they're eating breakfast, and some terrible news is going to be coming to that front door. The what ifs, the guilt. Veteran suicide has become, an important part of my life. Working through as many organizations as we can to get that word out that it's okay to ask for help.
He invited me over to his house, and I walked into his garage, and in his garage he's got a wall of honor, and on that wall of honor is anybody that he served with that was killed in action, and he honors their pictures. It's very emotional to see that.
Saturday and Sunday rides, they start here. In fact, right where we're sitting.
I could see the gears turning in his head, and lo and behold, I think it was maybe 8 months later, he had a motorcycle rally.
Motorcyclists and their charity rides, they're paying to be on that ride, which they know is a donation to a charity such as ours. We couldn't do without Ben. And I have to give a special shout out to his wife as well, because they come as a team.
When we first met, I was just like, who is this? It takes teamwork. That's why we're here. We work as a team. He has the ideas, I put my ideas forth as well, but he makes it happen.
It isn't easy, but he finds a lot of victory through serving others.
His passion has always been to mentor soldiers. He gave them the tools to help themselves.
For me, it was when I started building that accountability to others that really kept me upright and breathing, because you don't want to let people down. You have to take care of your soldiers. We want to make sure that if there's a veteran in need, that we get the word out on the resources that exist. At the end of the day, a permanent solution to a temporary problem, the loss is unimaginable for those that love you.
Ben, the work that you're doing for our community, our veterans, and our first responders is truly amazing. I am so very proud of you, and I love you with all of my heart. Congratulations on this well-deserved award.
Good job, Benji. You did well. You did well, man. Keep it up.
Thank you, Ben. I love you. You've been a great part of this organization. Thank you for your service to our country. You make a difference, and you've impacted my life, and I know that you'll continue to do so, and thank you.
Sorry. Thank you, Ben, for choosing us, for choosing Wisconsin Hero Outdoors. The dollars you've raised for us over the years has gone a long way for our little charity, and we couldn't do it without people like you in the community.
It's valor, it's integrity. I have the utmost respect for that man. And I see he goes all over the place just to go knock on a door and say, your dad was a good dad. He's talked to the kids of men who don't come home. That's greatness. That's Ben Jarvis.